Okay, you just sent me an email talking about having some difficulties with Windows. So I'm going to do a real quick tutorial on Windows. The first thing we want to do is to draw a wall, some kind of a wall. So I'm setting the wall drawing tool, 8-inch thick wall width and 9 foot high. It's going to be just a simple rectangle, and I'm below the plane. That doesn't make an awful lot of sense, but it does now. And we're going to do go to one elevation. It doesn't make any difference what elevation it is. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to insert a rectangle that's going to represent the window. And in your particular cases, you're going to have DWGs or PDFs or something that you're going to be tracing from most of the time. But for the tutorial, it's not important. So make sure my rectangle tool, make sure I've got insert selected, and I've got the plane. And I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to click, and then click again. And that's going to be where my window is. Now what I want to do is, so we can sort of see what's going on, is I'm going to hold the Option and the Command key down and click the mouse, go up here and get the Reshape tool, click on that. When that becomes red, you've got it, push it back into the building, okay? And then look up on the top panel up here where it says Distance. And what you want to do is, see how it's minus? So you want to do minus 7 inches. And there's a reason that I don't go all the way through the wall, is because I can use that back plane to derive elements from. And the very first one I'm going to derive is that 1.5 by 1.5 rectangle that forms the window frame itself. So go over here and click on that tool. It's the window tool. Now the settings for it are almost exactly, it's the same dialog box actually. So when we want to make the wall 1.5 inches, and then we want to make the height 1.5 inches, okay? And so we simply go down until that back rectangle is selected. See how it turns red when I get back up on it? And simply click. And go Command 8 to get in perfect front view of that thing, and there's your frame, right? Okay, so the Derive tool is really handy that way. Now what I want to do is I want to change the color of the wall so things look a little more pronounced. And that's too... Ugh, brother. Some ugly colors. There we go. It'll work. Okay, so the next thing is to get that intermediate one, the fat one. So you want to get your line tool, you want to do a hollow wall, you want to work center, justification center. Always make sure your lock to plane through first point is selected, right? You do not need insert anymore. So it's lock to plane through first point, justification center, wall width 1.5. Let's make that 2. And let's make the height 1.5, so it has the same depth. And you'll come down until you see your little green center arrow up here, and then sneak up on it and click and drag across, right across the green, and click again, and you've got that particular mullion. Then you get your tool again. You want to do center, but this time you want to do the individual mullions. So we do those at 1 and 1 inch square. And so we'll come down here, and this is an eyeball, okay? This is literally eyeballing it. So I'm just going to sit here and go click from there and click to there, and I've got my cross mullion. Now we're going to divide this, so there's going to be 6. It's going to be 6 squares here and 6 squares here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sneak up here into this corner, and you'll notice that you can see the grid on this plane because I'm hovering over it. If I'm over on this one, this grid appears, but this one is the one I want only, okay? So again, come over here, sneak up into the corner, click, and then come down here and just click on that intersection there, and you got a vertical 1 by 1 that runs the vertical height of the window. Now what you want to do is you want to duplicate those across. You're gonna have 3 spaces, but if you count it, it's going to be, 1, 2, 3 additional vertical mullions you're going to have to create. Okay, so you do that by getting your move tool. Go over here to the multiple move, and you want it to be parallel to the reference plane, and the reference plane is going to be that back plane. You want to divide distance, and you want 3 copies. Okay, so now what we've got to do is go back here, and we've got to select that mullion. Okay, and now we go to the move tool, and we want to pick some place where there's some accuracy, and so here is good. We slide over, and it can be anywhere, but you slide over. When you get close to that corner, it snaps to it. That's why you want to pick corners or centers or something like that. Okay. Now, we do not need the little one back here, and we do not need the little one back there. So let's hit delete and come over here and select that other one and hit delete. And now we have got what we want for that top member. What you want to do is create the bottom one. Now you could click on it, and you could come over here. You could do move, and you could do double, and you could try to, find out, by eye where that is, and you could get lucky. Okay, but you did a whole bunch of steps. You don't have to do that. So I'm going to undo that, and I'm simply going to go down here and into the T form, and you've got rotate. This is squeeze in, or this is 2-dimensional scaling, this is 3-dimensional scaling, this is mirroring. So you click on mirror, and what you want to do is you want to find something that's equal distance between where this is and where you want it. And that is simply that center point right there. You could use the center point of that or the center point of that. They work. And what it does, since you've got over in your tool options, you've got copy, and then just come over here until you're on that line and it comes green, and you say snap. That's where it is. Boom, you're done. Okay. Now that usually under most circumstances will get you wherever you want to be. In terms of the location of those things, but every once in a while you're going to find that it's going to fuck up. You're going to end up, and like you're doing, you got 1 mullion or 2 mullions that are somewhere in left field. Okay, so to better illustrate this, I'm going to select just the mullions. I'm going to do Command Shift I to isolate, and I'm going to intentionally move these mullions out of alignment. Okay, so put that one over there. Oh, I don't want copies. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to bring this one out here, let's say, and this one here, and this one here, and now they're all really screwed up. So what you do is you select all, and you go down here 2 up from the trash can, and in that T form you'll find midway through 3 trash cans. Okay, that is called align distribute. Okay, now your x-axis is the axis front and back, your y-axis is left and right, and your z-axis is up and down. So we want to go to the x-axis, and we want these 3 to be pushed back on the back plane of that first square we did. So that would be align minimum. See? Align minimum. If you did align maximum, it takes the furthest one forward and brings all them And you'll see how they're all on the front line. It's actually backward. And if you did align center, it just picks the average location in the middle and centers everything. So now your 1 by 1 is in the center of the 1.5 square here. Okay? So what we want is align min, and that puts it in its correct position. And so now we're going to go back Command Shift R to restore, I guess, whatever. And then I think that if there are multiples of this exact same window that are along the line here, what you can do is come in and select the opening, select move. Let's just do 3. And so we're going to come here, and again, you want to be on something, a corner or the middle or something, and then you're going to get that line. And we're just going to slide over here, and we're going to do 3 more windows. And you take your, I still had the whole selected in the selection tool, so I went back to the solid, and now I'm going to be able to get my window mullions. So I hit the move tool again. You got options. You could come in here with the arbitrary copy tool and click on something common, and then just keep hit that and hit that and hit that, and that's one way. Or you could hit this tool here, and you could do click once and snap it there, and then simply go snap, click with your finger, and it repeats it. All right. Or you could use the one we started with, which gives us 3 copies, which is going to go, we go from here to here, and it does it automatically. Okay? So that is how you fiddle around with the window mullions. Okay?